You know what I'm saying? It's that situation when you got, we are living in a war zone. It's not as easy as these people are making us think.
Hey, you hate me? Say that out loud. Say whatever you feel out loud.
The dramatic details surrounding Tupac's last days keep surfacing, and this time, these shocking revelations throw some serious shade at JayZ. It's not a secret that Jay and Pac were in the middle of a beef a few weeks before the rap legend's demise, but word is now on the street that Jay could have played a pivotal role in the tragic incident that took the life of Pac and left the whole world waiting for answers. And you won't believe who's serving the juicy tidbits on silver plate about his ex-friend JayZ's shady side.
When you've allowed people to be in your life that shouldn't be there, and then they do the thing you knew they were going to do.
You see, Kanye West always had a soft spot for Pac. He even called him an inspiration, not just in music, but in a way he'd boldly speak his mind and critique the industry. West, who is known for his outspoken and controversial statements, recently spilled the biggest hip-hop secret, allegedly hinting that JayZ's beef with Pac went way beyond their rapping. Despite the consequences of his revelations, it feels like he cannot keep silence anymore.
And after this interview, I possibly could be taken out.
Now, after this bombshell revelation, many begin to suspect that the rapper's demise is very much connected to his sudden feud with Jay, who wanted to, take care of his industry foe. You see, Pac was openly talking about many things that Jay prefers to stay hushed about, and according to West, the feud between the two rappers set the stage for the tragedy that happened with Pac. Among these speculations, people are starting to chat about Jay's benefiting from Pac's untimely exit from this life. In fact, some folks argue that if Pac and Biggie hadn't left us so soon, Jay and other industries' big names wouldn't be where they are today.
Would put themselves in harm's way to stay the master. And there's a complete parallel to the way the music industry works.
To better understand the whole drama, let's dive into the beef between Jay and Pac. In 1996, fresh out on bail, Pac was clearly on a mission. Poised to come back 50 times stronger and take down his competition, the rapper wasn't holding back. Clearly, his intended target lyrically was the notorious B.I.G. and the entire bad boy camp, including Jay, and clearly, he wasn't afraid to speak his mind. In his song, Hit 'Em Up, Pac addressed Biggie and the whole bad boy company and made it very clear that everyone who sided with Biggie were on the hit list.
Oh, nigga, I hit 'em up. Now you tell me who won. I see them, they run.
As people close to this situation were saying, it really had to do with their affiliation. The fact that it was a green light on Big, and so at that time, it was a green light on anybody standing next to him. And when I say green light, I mean on some rap stuff. Indeed, Jay was being quite close to Biggie back then, but he felt like he didn't deserve to be just a collateral damage in the whole story. Jay wanted to prove his own worth and weight in the game, and this is when, according to West, he reached to elites to get him deal with the enemy.
There's good people. No, there's people that are possessed, that have demonic ways.
Now, you see, Pac and Biggie, they were initially on good terms, but that all went sour around 94. There was this incident where Pac got shot up at Quad Studios. He had this wild idea that Biggie and Diddy were in on the hit, even though they have been throwing shade at each other ever since. It never went beyond their rapping diss. However, when Jay was attacked by Pac in the song, he wouldn't bear the offense. He already was insecure about his position, and as West is saying, harbored a lot of loathing against Pac.
He rubbing them the wrong way, yeah. JayZ know how to move in a room full of vultures.
Now, not only he is speaking about the crazy hatred vibes that Jay developed towards Pac, fans have noticed it too. As one person commented, the fact that JayZ did a diss concert about Tupac at the Apollo after Tupac's demise tells you all you need to know about him being scared of the man. And another user added, Tupac was top of the food chain, the hottest rapper out, who was also making waves in the movie world. Every rapper wanted Pac's spot. And JayZ was nowhere near his level. Well, the beef between Jay and Pac seems to stem from Brooklyn Finest, the collaboration between Jay and Biggie. In the track, both rappers took friendly jabs at each other, but it was one line from Biggie that upset Pac.
If Faye have twins, she probably have two Pocs.
Time to separate the pros from the con.
Pac went angry with such bold moves, and he was not one to back down from a brawl. In his turn, he started dissing Jay left and right in songs like Bomb First, My Second Reply, and Friends. You'd think Jay would clap back, right? But in fact, he never got the chance because just weeks later, Pac met his tragic end in Las Vegas. Now, the question is, was Jay playing a hand in this demise as well? It seems like he was really angry with Pac's songs and mentions of his mane. And in fact, he prepared his own blistering diss track named Scathing. Many years later, he revealed he didn't want to release it out of respect for Pac's family, but what do you know? He performed it live at the Apollo Theater after the rap legend's passing, just like a true gentleman.
Chip on Jay's shoulder is so crazy that it's just like he had to perform it. We was at the Apollo.
and those who have heard it say it was one of the biggest shades in the history of rap. As DJ Clark Kent confessed, it was scathing. Crowds was like, oh man, it was super hard. It was super hard. If he was alive, there would have been no coming back. This was so tough. To me, it probably was one of the hardest diss records I've ever heard. Now, amidst this ugly activities that Jay was doing, there appeared this theory that the music mogul might have been secretly relieved by Pac's departure from this life. And it's not just the conspiracy invented by fans. West is also sharing this sentiment. You see, Jay was apparently scared out of his wits by Pac.
Me and him, we never met each other. You know what I mean? So which is why it was like really, it was so difficult for me. You know what I mean?
Now, here's the kicker. Many fans have accused Jay of being a bit of a sneaky snake because he never had the guts to step into a full-blown rap battle with Pac while he was still alive. But while the competitor was no longer alive, JayZ went on with his bravado of being the best rapper on both coasts. In an old interview, Nas recalled a crazy conversation he had with Jay when the music mogul mentioned that Tupac was nothing as lyricist. As Nas revealed, he said that Tupac and DMX were not lyricists. They just had the hungry, starving street guys copping their stuff. But me and him had all the money guys buying ours. I told him that I disagreed with him, that Tupac was the greatest ever, period. And now, the story gets shady because Jay, according to many people, had always been sinister, and since he was scared of facing Pac, he went on to more menacing activities.
Didn't come out the blue. They attacked Pac first. JayZ dissed him first, and
But you may say it's all old stories. Well, the recent investigation of Pac's demise only sheds more light on the twisted relationships and behind-the-scenes dramas. As here's when West is entering the scene, peeling back the curtain on the music industry's dirty secrets, and he doesn't hold back exposing Jay's dirty deeds. Jay kept his buddy-buddy status with Diddy, even in the face of allegations that had Diddy's name swirling in some rather unsavory scandals. It's like they both are hoping to hide behind their wealth and influence, but the ghosts of the past are following them everywhere.
Like everyone has that story, right? We all from tough locations, and the things that we were able to overcome and where we sit now.
Fans have been pointing fingers at JayZ and Diddy, suggesting they've used their deep pockets and influence to shield themselves from criticism, and each of them had played a role in Tupac's fatal incident. But at the same time, while siding with Diddy, who's been under huge blast these days for allegedly taking down the rap legend, Jay didn't think twice about distancing himself from West. The tension between Ye and Jay has been brewing for a long time. Apparently, Ye knows way more that he's spilling about his ex-friend and his shady connections, and probably we should hear him out next time when he comes forward with new accusations.
They say you're crazy until you're right.
Fans have started to connect the dots, suggesting that maybe Jay and Diddy stick together because they're birds of a feather. I mean, JayZ himself has a rather troubling history, from his questionable friendship with R. Kelly to whispers about his involvement in the tragic demise of Aliyah. So, no wonder fans are ridiculing him online. As one person commented, JayZ is nothing close to Pac. If Pac was alive, JayZ and Puffy wouldn't be where they are today. And another user added, I wish Pac was still here. He'd be exposing a lot of things going on with the shady entertainers. Life is real wild in Tinseltown, and I guess there's a lot more going on behind the scenes than we'll ever know. But here's a question to want to ask you guys. Do you think that Jay felt threatened by Pac? And did the industry higher-ups actually had a hand in the rap legend's demise for speaking out? Let me know what's on your mind, and don't forget to check my other videos